In fact, I've had this contract for 2 mysteries for several years here, and have been sort of working on the first mystery in small bits and pieces in and amongst the other books and the other projects that I've undertaken. So I do, in fact, have you know, substantial chunks of the first mystery written. I had to sort of put it aside for the last 6 months in order to finish Fiery Cross and get it through the production period, but now I'm going back to that. Now the mystery is the next one up, so to speak. I usually do work on more than one book at a time, partly because I don't know where a book ends until I'm finished working on it. But that's going to be sort of my major focus of concentration once I finish with the book tour for Fiery Cross.
And of course, that's partly because in order to write a mystery, which is so heavily plot-driven, you've got to truly engage and keep it all in your mind. I know that you like writing in scenes, and then, as you say, stitching them all together and writing the bridges. But for a mystery, that'll be a tighter process.
Yeah, it is much tighter because it's focused essentially on a crime. You know, even if it's a series of crimes, it's still very tightly focused. And even though you do have this intertwining of the plot strand with the character's private life, and luckily they intermingle, or it does if you do it right. Even so, it's still very tightly focused here. You can't be going off all over the landscape.
Right.
So it will be a shorter book, I can tell you that much, but other than that, I don't know a lot about the final stages of writing it because I haven't got there yet.
Can you give us an idea what you're exploring in it? I mean, you say it's a mystery, but does it have a particular focus?
Yeah, yeah, it's sort of about obsession and revenge and so forth. The protagonist is a journalist, an investigative journalist. It begins in Philadelphia, where he is on the trail of someone who he suspects of having, you know, mob ties and being involved in something really dirty. The complication here is that the suspect's wife is the journalist's ex-girlfriend, you know, from many years ago, and they meet and rekindle an acquaintance, and this is how he gets wind of what her husband may be up to. She's unhappy with her husband for reasons we won't go into, and is inclined to take back up with the journalist, and so he is, you know, sort of encouraging her to come to him with anything she finds out about her husband. At the same time, he realizes that he doesn't want to restart a relationship with her, and so he's torn between, you know, trying to keep her at arm's length and still get what he needs from her. And this works to the point that she calls him up one night and announces that she has the definitive proof, all the documents that he needs. She's bringing them to him, but she also makes it clear that she's planning to leave her husband that night and run away with him and the documents. And so he goes to this rendezvous, you know, not knowing how to handle the situation. He really wants the story, but he doesn't want the woman. And how is he going to handle this without too much damage? When he arrives at the rendezvous, he finds her in her car with her throat cut. The husband has found out.
Ooh.
And,
well, you really
and it goes on from there.
You really learned your lessons well, kiddo. I mean, sexual tension. The only thing you're probably lacking in the mystery is the guilt factor, but maybe you'll find a way to do that. Well, Diana, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. Every time I do it, I learn new and fascinating stuff. One thing I would say about you, in fact, I wrote a little tribute to a science fiction convention you went to not long ago, in which I said that the thing I marvel about the most in all of the things about you that make me marvel is your ability to engage your left and right brains. It seems to me an equal strength. Most people don't seem to be able to do that. I mean, most people seem to me are more right brain or more left brain, but you know, you have this amazing ability to take those two sides of yourself, you know, the scientist, the ruthless scientist, and it really shows up in your books and places, and then to take this imaginative, you know, part where you can imagine relationships, do time travel. Somehow you make it all work.
Well, I don't know how. You know, it's probably one of those things that you don't want to look too closely at, like sausage making.
I think that's true. I think it'd be best if we don't know, but let us congratulate you on it.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Diana, for coming today. And I certainly thank all of you for joining us on the Criminal Calendar.